All right, so we are back here on the Mana Symbol channel, and we are playing a 4-color control deck. This is IceBURG Returns. So somebody was able to 5-0 with an 80-card IceBURG control list. It is one of my favorite archetypes in all of Magic the Gathering. And once upon a time, when the original companion rule was in effect, one of the first things that I did was I added Orion and 20 extra cards to one of my favorite archetypes, IceBURG Control, which is blue, black, red, and green control, 4-color control, every color except for white. And we were able to 5-0 right off the bat. Corey Baumeister went on to play it on their weekly show about Modern. So there you go. This version is tweaked out very heavily compared to the versions that I played because it's playing 4 copies of Gifts Ungiven for anyone who has not seen this played other than in Storm. This is 3 and a blue for an instant that says, search your library for up to 4 cards with different names and reveal them. Your opponent chooses 2 of them. Those go in the graveyard, and the other 2 go in your hand. The rest of this deck is mostly a pile of great control cards that exist in the colors that we're playing. So we're playing 4 of Fatal Push, which is the best removal spell in Modern, as well as 2 Lightning Bolts to sort of shore up that number and compensate for the fact that we're playing 80 cards. We're playing 4 copies of Abundant Growth. This is sort of the Arkham's Astrolabe for a more balanced world, but we are able to exploit it in a similar way with Orion. So when we play Orion, we'll be able to flicker all of our Abundant Growths and draw a card for each. We're also playing Search for Tomorrow, which is kind of interesting, but it does make sense. Just in that on turn 1, you can suspend this for a single green, and it gives you a leg up on the non-green control decks, as well as some of the mid-range decks. So this suspends for 2 turns, and basically on turn 3 you will have 4 mana, or on, there's other ways it can end up sequenced that makes sense. We've got Ice-Fang Coatl, we've got Wrenn and Six, we've got a couple Drown in the Lochs, couple Remands, couple Mana Leaks. So this chunk right here is slightly questionable, but I mean, when I look at it, I go, I respect all of these cards, and none of these cards are bad, and we're playing 6 cards of this type in the 80-card list, so that's fine. And then we've got 3 Force of Negation and 3 Uro. Again, we're slightly splitting the difference, and we're assuming that we'll have more time to draw mid-range / controlling cards in those types of matchups, whereas we really need to draw removal early to not die to very aggressive decks. We've also got Cryptic Command and some Mystic Sanctuaries in the mana base, so we can do that kind of nonsense. And then the real draw of this particular version of the deck is the Gifts Ungiven, and then these 1 of tutor targets. So when we play Gifts Ungiven, we can choose 4 cards with unique names from our deck. We are incentivized to choose Uro and then 3 instants or sorceries. And the reason we are incentivized to choose instances or sorceries is that even if our opponent puts some of the instants and sorceries into our graveyard, we can then use Mystic Sanctuary to put it on top of our library, then we can draw it, and then we can play it. That is why we have a 1 of Time Warp. Time Warp plus Wrenn and Six is just incredibly powerful. If it ever comes up in this league, we will be able to fairly brutally win the game. You don't go on infinite turns most of the time, but you don't really need to. We also have Hour of Promise, which is just one of the most overwhelming mid-range and control cards in all of Modern. Then we've got Assassin's Trophy and Abrupt Decay as sort of universal answers, and Dead of Winter as a slightly questionable card, but we do want to keep in mind as much as possible that this is in our deck, because oftentimes we'll have the choice of fetching snow-covered lands or not. The part of the reason that we have normal basic lands instead of just snow-covered lands is because we are playing Field of the Dead. I wonder if this forest and these 2 islands are actually worth playing instead of just playing more snow-covered lands, so I will try to pay attention to that fact. Basically, the problem with this deck's construction is that we're trying to optimize in 2 mutually exclusive directions. We want to have snow lands so that our Ice-Fang Coatl will have Death Touch, and we want to have and so our Dead of Winter count will be higher. We also want to have the non-snow basics so that we have more names for Field of the Dead. So it will be interesting to see if I am smart enough to keep up with that, and if we're able to make that happen in any reasonable way, or if we're held back by it. Then our sideboard has a couple of one-ofs that are worth noting, because we will be using those with Gifts Ungiven. So Raven's Crime has Retrace. We're able to play it from the graveyard. We have a Damnation, we have a Deprive, and we have a Dispel. So Dispel and Deprive, obviously for more controlling matchups. Raven Crime can be brought in any kind of mid-range or controlling matchup. And Damnation is just a good old board wipe. And then the rest of the cards here are to shore up specific matchups, which I'm sure we'll get into as we go. I have been talking way too long about all this stuff, so we're just going to hop into a queue now and see how it goes. Hold on. I know we've got feedback from the chat, and I would love to get into that, but I also want to get queued first. So Roybert says, Gifts Ungiven plus Mystical Teachings. I realize we're not changing this deck list until at least one run through. Yeah, I guess we could play both. I mean, it seems like we would be dicking around a long time in order to be able to do those things, but it's certainly possible. I wish there was a 1-mana card that helped fix your mana. Mana Silex. You get the fuck out of here with Mana Silex. I would rather play, what is the white-green split card? Safe Right Quest? I'd rather play goddamn Safe Right Quest. I would time you out, Alex, but then I would have to remod you afterwards, and it's just not worth my time. If we're taking the Gifts teaching idea, I'd only try that out if the modern metagame is universally fair. Well, I don't think that's... Yikes. Oh my god. It's a Urian Mirror. But if last night was any indication, we will be playing against mono-white taxes here. I think I'm going to pitch Cryptic here. Most of my hand is cantrips, so... Hey, look, we're against the mono-white taxes deck. Go figure. Lead on the Zagoth Triome, and then we're able to play out multiple Ice-Fang Coatls. And have you considered having functional 7s? I have considered it. I'm still crying about no Loam. Hey, listen, we will get to the Loam. Don't worry. Stryfo's playing a Loam in Legacy. We will play a Loam in Modern. No problem. Okay, that's terrifying. Because they might start denying our mana. Oh my god, I can't play anything. Well, we might just be dead on board. And here comes the Giver of Runes. So we will never be able to remove Cat Jesus. We might be dead on turn 2 here. So, yay. Oh. That's not a Field of Ruin or a Ghostly Prison. Neither's that. Wow. We have time. All right, deck. We got to top deck a non-fetch land right meow. Go. Nope. All right. We're done here. I could definitely stay in this game, but I just don't care. I'm just not willing to bother dealing with that nonsense. So we'll get Damnation. We'll get Abrupt Decay. Force of Negation seems like some nonsense here, generally speaking. The first one's always the shortest. Listen, you got to get your game back on. IceBURG is not, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I don't think there's anything else on my sideboard that I'm super excited to play. No, it doesn't look like it. Obviously not Veil of Summer. Raven's Crime is something I'm somewhat considering, but everything else in my main deck seems pretty good. We just need to survive that kind of brutality. Like, we have plenty of non-fetch lands. Crime is meh in this match. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, if they're in a situation where they have like 1 or 2 cards in their hand, and we have like a non-completely dead on board situation for our side of things, then we're probably okay. So can we keep this hand in this matchup? Yes, we can, because we will be able to remand on turn 2. Again, this is not a great hand, but I'm excited to try it out and get totally hosed. Yeah, Aether Vial. They're going to play either nothing on turn 2 or they're going to play Cavern of Souls. But if they don't do that, then we might maybe be kind of okay, perhaps. They play Thalia. Oh, Stoneforge. Perfect. Get out of here. Bloop. All right, now let's not miss our land drop. Good, good. Love that. Am I playing Wrenn and Six here? I think I am. It's obviously not the greatest thing in the world, but they're going to be able to vial in their Stoneforge Mystic anyway, so we play the Wrenn and Six, and we pick up Prismatic Vista and pass. My 80 card taxes opponent always have Aether Vial. I struggle to draw them in regular D&T. Yo, I'm with you. Literally same. Archon of Emeria, and we know that they have a Stoneforge in their hand to drop in. That's fine. We are going to be looking to grab as many... Shit. We are going to be looking to grab as many... Shit. I've never encountered that before. We're looking to grab as many basic lands as possible over the next couple turns. Snow lands in particular when we can. Which means this forest, I should have grabbed a snow-covered forest. Here comes Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah. So we might be chump blocking some kind of sorted up Archon this turn. And unfortunately, my Drown the Loch is not doing anything for me yet. Yep. Shit. Well, no matter what they do with this, they can't kill my Wrenn and Six, so that's great. We're gonna take a whack of damage, but it's not the end of the world. They left their Vial on 2. I'm assuming that means that there is an Arbiter in my future, which I am not excited about. Protection from blue and red. So if I have one of my green-black removal spells, I can kill their Archon. This is non-basic, so I think we'll just probably cycle our Vista here. So the real question, though, is do I have a swamp and a snow... Here comes the Arbiter. God, this is such bullshit. Yeah. This is just... Like, this kind of hand would be a dream for a 60 card taxes deck to have, so... but because I got that, I can't play like anything relevant. We're just going to die before we can do anything that matters. Because... Nah, we're just screwed. Too bad we don't have one Maelstrom Pulse also, because then we could Gifts for Trophy Decay, Pulse, 4th card. Yeah, that's something worth considering. I just think we're getting spanked here. Like, they just had an insane draw. Kind of both games, considering that they're an 80-card taxes list. Like, this is just unwinnable. They have literally 0 cards in their graveyard by now, so... And they already went for, like, pro red and blue, so... It's just... I think... Even if we top deck Damnation, we couldn't do anything. And top decking Dead of Winter would not be enough. So on the plus side, they're only attacking for 6. Oh no, they're not even attacking for 6. They're gonna kill my Ice-Fang Coatl. Not sure why, but so with... That's a weird play. They have to have a second Charming Prince or something in their hand because they have an Aether Vial on 2 in play, which would allow their Charming Prince to function as a card that would save their creatures from death. So I am properly surprised that they would bother doing. Okay, we did top deck Abrupt Decay, which is pretty good. Did OP mess up with Arbiter? They didn't mess up. Like, they taxed me by 2, and they don't actually know how much that did or didn't matter, right? So we can Abrupt Decay the Sword or the Archon. Obviously, Abrupt Decaying the Archon is going to prevent a lot more damage. I mean, the SFM came back EOT for them, and they didn't pay to serve. Oh, yeah. Yes, they did. Yeah, 100%. Unless they had a reason to leave up 3 mana, which I assume they don't, but maybe. God damn it. I was talking, and I totally, completely, infinitely ignored that there was an Arbiter in play. Sorry. Apologies. No, we didn't pay because I wasn't thinking about it because I was literally entirely distracted by the fact that they hadn't paid for theirs. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We were almost definitely dead there anyway. Yeah, exactly. They had insane draws both games there. And that's fine. That happens. I love this deck not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Thoughtseize. Yay! There goes my search for tomorrow. But at least that means I'm not going to be fetch shocking. Well, I guess I could just play the Snow-Covered Forest on one. Nope. Alright. So we're going to get a Zagoth Triome, I think. I think there's a Ketria Triome in this deck, but Zagoth Triome means I can play Vista on too and then have access to Drown the Loch. Let's see if Yield Until Next End Step has started working. Would be nice. Okay, so opponent's going to play nothing. No, it hasn't. Good. The hell out of it because it's basically like playing mono red prison. Like there's just a percentage of matchups where you have like a 90-10 because your opponent's entire deck is fetch lands and they keep their opening hand that has multiple fetch lands in it and you lose. Like, you know. Yeah, all right. So we're going to go ahead and play this Ice-Fang Coatl in response so that we can make the most informed decision about what we discard. All right. I guess we ditch. So next turn I go up to 3 mana, and then we're just gonna ditch the search for tomorrow. I'm not playing that anytime soon. Every time I think of Tarmogoyf, I immediately think of Roy telling me that it is his 4th favorite Lurgoyf. It is well that this is the way of the world. All right, I think I'm just ditching Mystic Sanctuary here because I have nowhere near enough islands unless I use this to fetch an island, but I'm pretty incentivized to use that to fetch a mountain? I don't know. I'm either ditching Sanctuary here or one of my Drowning Locks, but I kind of want all my Drowning Locks against what I assume are Jund. Oh, yeah. There's... You are such a heavy founding member of this channel, Roy, that, yeah, definitely multiple quotes have to do with your existence. Now comes the Blood Braid. All right. They are less likely to want to have a mountain in play. What the hell is about to happen? Is this Kolaghan's command? I'm not going to be heartbroken if it is. I'm confused and aroused. It is Kolaghan's command. All right. It's fine. You want to play a game of 2-for-1s? Let's play. Let's play a game of 2-for-1s, nerd. And I will say this is one of those situations where I would like to have a Life from Loam in my deck. It would definitely be valuable to have Life from Loam. We are discarding Field here. Are we? I'm pretty locked in to play Gifts like pretty much no matter what. The only thing I'm worried about is if I get hit with like Blood Braid into I don't know. I can't imagine I'm going to do anything but play Gifts here, and then, yeah, because Gifts is going to get us just an Uro and other things. Yeah, you need to tap a green for that Blood Braid, Alpha Nerd. Well, hopefully this flips in Liliana. Ugh, that is really frustrating. Let's play the Gifts in response. I choose you. So what am I grabbing here? I know I'm grabbing Uro. Probably Wrenn and Six. Uro. Maybe it should be like all spells. Time Warp. Because I basically want it in my graveyard. Oh, Hour of Promise, because I want it again in my... I want it accessible. And then... like a land? Uro, Gifts, Wrenn and Six, Hour. I guess we could grab another Gifts. Yeah, we have enough time, right? I feel like an Abrupt Decay is pretty appropriate here, though, because killing this Liliana is... a mildly pressing concern. Like, this puts them in a little bit of a rock and a hard place. They're definitely going to put Uro in our hand, right? And then we're going to discard it. And unfortunately, we are one colored mana off of being able to cast it. They give me Uro and Abrupt Decay. Fair enough. So we're going to go discard Uro, and then on our turn we play Field plus Abrupt Decay, and we'll see where we're at after that. Because they have a Crocs in their graveyard, so it's definitely easily possible for us to be very, very much in trouble very quickly. See, that's really awkward, because that makes me want to play the Uro out of my graveyard. Then they're going to play Crocs, and they're going to be able to plus their Liliana. or minus it. And either way, it's pretty bad for me. I feel like what I'm supposed to do here is kill the Liliana and then play the breeding pool. Even though it sucks to lose the Field of the Dead, if they, decay on their turn. Yeah, I guess I should have waited until they plus the Liliana. I don't know. You are technically correct, the best kind of correct. So, no, I 100% should have done that, but it's not likely going to matter. I wouldn't. Why not? They don't have the red for Crocs. Oh, good point. Okay, so we get to keep this Field of the Dead. So we are way better off than I thought we were. Sick. Yeah, I just assumed that their mana base was as awesome as ours and that they were going to be able to do that, but they are not. Okay, so green, blue, green, blue. There you are. Uo. So I'm going to play my Uo. Let's keep those things. I don't need those things. I don't need that thing, and I don't need that thing. That's why we play by committee here. Gonna have the smart people to tell me when I'm wrong. That is not the worst. Okay, so now they're gonna be able to Croxa, but I'm just gonna pitch Ice-Fang Coatl and take 0 damage, and then I'm gonna be able to kill their Croxa. So really, this comes down to what did they just draw? What they just drew is gonna be one of the most impactful things in this game. Because if I kill their Croxa once, they will not be able to quickly... I will not be able to... Uh-oh. Well, at least I can escape my Uro. Because that's not going to be an option for them. But I can't escape Uro and play Fatal Push, so that's kind of a pain in the ass. I love that they bothered to do the post-combat Croxa Awakening here. Like, as if I was going to make different decisions on whether or not they attacked with their Bloodbraid Elf. Like, I'm sure that's not how they're thinking about it, but that's definitely how I'm reading it. Where they're like, aha, they didn't think I would attack with my Bloodbraid Elf, or I wanted to leave them in limbo. They might think we're playing Bolt. I mean, we are playing Bolt. You're not wrong. Gifts is such a good draw. What am I supposed to do with it? Play it? What do you want me to do with Gifts? Play it? Hold the black. Okay, so we tap field, island, mountain, and forest. And what do we want? What do you want me to get? 4 lands? And just eat them that way? Playing a land game? Like, we have to get everything that isn't named Field of the Dead? We have to kill the Croxa. Yeah, we can do both. Alright, so let's play the Gifts. Literally anything is better than... Well, we're going to play Uro. Uro would not result in dying. But, yeah, I see your point. So we could get... Polluted Delta... Skull. Ooh. Stop moving around. Stop it. I don't want Watery Grave. So we get Polluted Delta. We get Scalding Tarn, Prismatic Vista, and then something. Yeah. Getting field online is good. Do we get the second field? Because then no matter what happens, we get 2 zombies this turn, plus we get to fatal push the Croxa. And then next turn, we're just gold, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then what was the last card I wanted to get? 3 fetch lands plus Uro. I guess 3 fetches in a field. Yeah, no, I think 3 fetches in a field is the right way to be. But it does definitely feel like we've already hit a matchup where we needed a loam. No, I'm not saying that 1 loam is a bad idea. I completely agree that 1 loam is a completely entertainable and probably excellent idea. I just wanted to play the deck list as is. And like, Gifts is a card that lends itself to you immediately saying, why am I not playing card X? Yeah. I was elected to lead, not to read. It's a great quote. Sure. I honestly cannot possibly see them winning the game from this point. Because the next thing I can fetch is Mystic Sanctuary. Like, I can fetch Mystic Sanctuary with this Polluted Delta, which will trigger. And I can put any of these cards on top of my deck. In addition to the fact that my next land play is guaranteed to give me 2 zombies. So I cannot imagine any card in their deck that gets them out of this situation. But good luck, Jund opponent. You should be playing Blue Jund. Blue Jund is, for lack of a better term, best Jund. Mystic Sanctuary. Let's just get the Gifts, I guess, because next turn I can play Gifts and Uro. Or I can play Uro and Hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I can't necessarily do that. We're not yet in the play anything and win phase. No, I understand that. Mystic into Gifts. Yeah, we're going to get Gifts because we can play Gifts and Uro. We can also start attacking down their Wrenn and Six. Like, yeah. You're a genius. Oh, come on. Stop being ridiculous. Big brain. Super genius. I rather like the sound of that. Zach Ryle, super genius. Shut up and let me say things. Well, you know what you're on about. He knows what he's on about, you know? It's just really, it's like he knows. Alright, these things. Uro. Dear opponent, did you think your Wrenn and Six was gonna be enough here? The best part is now that, like, there's just, like, I have zombies, so even if they rip a Liliana the Veil to try to take down my Uro, it just doesn't matter. Feel is such a busted card. I mean, again, it is if you're engaging in a mid-range battle, and that's the same thing about Uro. So on the podcast this week, I talked about this fact. I absolutely agree with you if part of the understanding is you're trying to play a mid-range fight. But here's the deal. Yeah, mid-range or control, sure. If you're trying to play like real Magic, the problem I have with that is that you're on a podcast. Yes, I'm on a podcast. It's called Serum Visions. It's about iterative deck brewing. SRV? SRP? I had a command for it. Is it podcast? No, I think it's SVP. Oh, it's SVP. It's SVP because it's S'il vous plaît. The point is, on the podcast this week, I was mentioning the fact that, yes, Uro is unbelievably good in any kind of matchup where you're trying to play real Magic. The problem is, in Modern, that's actually okay, and I think it's actually totally fair to play a card like Uro, or to play a card like Wrenn and Six, or to play a card like... Because your Storm opponent just does not care at all that you're playing Uro. Your Storm opponent's going to kill you no matter how many times you escape Uro. They're just going to Grape Shot you for 50 3 times. 50, 51, and then 52. Or 50, 52, and then 54, because they have to Remand in between, which is adding the spell count. So... It's not an issue. It's just not. So we'll get Misty Rainforest. We'll get Wrenn and Six. We'll get Scalding Tarn, and we'll get Cryptic Command. Just add Eidolon of the Labyrinth to your Uro deck. Problem solved. I think Uro and Wrenn are fine. I just think the field's a little over the top, and I don't think land garbage is meant for Modern. I think it's meant for Legacy. I mean, that's fair, and that's talking about like the philosophy of a format, right? So like Modern has fast mana, right? But Modern doesn't have Eldervish Spirit Guide. Modern doesn't have what do you call it? Soul lands, by and large. So there is like a definite like line in the sand over what Modern doesn't have. Uro plus Force appears to be a Modern package. Correct. I completely agree with that sentiment. And that's not a bad thing, right? Like having, I want to say like tent posts, tent poles, whatever you want to call it. Having things that define like certain types of archetypes in a format is not wrong. Because you're always going to have that. I mean, one might say that Lava Dart is a staple, or more important, Monastery Swiftspear and Soulscar Mage are a staple of the kind of decks that you would find those cards in. Hold on. I have green, blue. I have Sunken Hollow in my hand that's going to come into play untapped. So if I put this Time Warp on top, I just win, right? That's why Astrolabe bugs me for Legacy, because of it hurting the Wasteland format. Okay, but the Wasteland format is obnoxious. And again, that's just my opinion, and I am a more seasoned Modern player than Legacy player. I just think that Wasteland being a big deal is obnoxious, and I think that Astrolabe hurting that is not necessarily a bad thing. I will say that it was a completely next level thing when Wrenn and Six was playable, because Wrenn and Six plus Wasteland was obnoxious, and Wrenn and Six was also annihilating the Wasteland metagame. So, Ice-Fang. I love Wasteland being a big deal because it's the type of Magic I love, and that's fair. I like playing 4-color control decks in every format I'm allowed to. So. All right, and we just won the game. I should try to do so in a slightly quicker manner. I'm getting drawn into all sorts of interesting and wonderful topics about the fact. Hey, opponent. I'm gonna kill you. How do you feel about that? You feel good? I feel good. Do. Attack ads in MTG. I wish. Well, let me tell you something. You're never going to get ads on the Mana Symbol channel unless they are 100% integrated into what I do here. I'd like to take a moment from this stream to plug the fact that I use ManaTraders.com for all of my card needs. ManaTraders.com is the easiest way to rent all your Magic the Gathering... No, I'm not in any way endorsed by ManaTraders. I just think it's funny to immediately segue into an ad. Do I want Elder Gargaroth, Damnation, Raven's Crime, any of these things? Am I a capitalist? I think there are values to the capitalistic system. Gargs seems good. Yeah, I think Remand seems generally not great. Okay, Dead of Winter is probably not good enough a lot of the time, and I bet Damnation is generally bad. Crime is bad versus the Wrenn, Lily, and the Veil deck IMO. That's a good point. I like how you think, especially without Loam, sure. I'm gonna board out one Cryptic because it's awkward to cast sometimes, and occasionally there are insane people who play Blood Moon and Jund, which we're also going to try to play around a little bit. do I want... I don't want Lightning Bolt as much as I want Aether Gust. I think that's good, though. I think about Crime a lot. Crime is fun. Maybe we take out Trophy for the last Aether Gust. Aether Gust is almost 2 CMC, destroy any permanent in their deck. Wow, this hand is really good if we don't get Thoughtseize a bunch of times. Cue the Thoughtseize! Thoughtseize. So we're going to fetch Ketria Triome into Forest, I guess. Yeah, Ketria Triome into Forest is the best way to take this hand. Right, so we'll sack the Scalding Tarn, get the Ketria Triome. There we go. Bonk. We like to party. We like to party. Right. So play the Wrenn and Six. Get Scalding Tarn back. Slightly more flexibility. Honestly, I forgot we played 4 Wrenn because we've barely seen it so far. It is my favorite 2-mana card in all of Modern, and I love playing 80 card decks with it, which is super awkward, but I think it just lends itself to the fact that I believe that I am more lucky than good, and what is the other factor? One, that I will outweigh like poor deck construction by just being lucky, and that's fine. And then 2, 3 in my Legacy deck before it was banned. I was playing it in Legacy Strifo pile before it was banned. Am I playing Scalding Tarn, Field, or Sandbar? I feel like I want to be able to play Ice-Fang and Veil. And it also wouldn't be bad to be able to play Fatal Push and Ice-Fang. Keep the Veil for when they ult you. Yeah, that's the goal. We also want to get 3 islands as soon as possible, because if I have to play the Veil earlier, I would like to be able to rebuy it. Yeah, because I Veiled the Liliana Ultimate, and it might be better than Sex. I mean, depends on your hit rate. Depends on where you are in your life. Like, there was definitely a couple months ago where I'd be like, Veil, Liliana ult, definitely better than Sex, because frequency. I honestly believe you. I'm just saying that there's contextual factors that matter. You need to have better Sex. Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, the average quality of Veiling a Liliana ult is better than the average quality of Sex given a certain life circumstance. All I'm saying is that context matters. All I'm saying is there's more factors than just the raw data. Really? Yeah, sure. Okay. They're super concerned about me being able to harass their Liliana at all. Which is actually concerning. So the way I've currently set up my deck, if I could gifts for 4 cards, can I guaranteed disrupt this Liliana the Veil? I don't know if that's true, which is concerning. I guess so. If I gifts right now, we get Time Warp, because I have a freaking Wrenn and Six in play, and I'm going to have 3 islands if I want to. So we get Time Warp, Abrupt Decay. I boarded out the trophy and we get a bolt. Discard Hour of Promise here. Yeah. Yeah, we get... Oh, no, I boarded out both bolts. Okay, we could be in trouble here because I boarded out my bolts, and that might have been a misstep. We will find out when we resolve this Gifts Ungiven. Because we got to find an answer to Liliana and or Wrenn and Six. Let's just get an island in case we are super concerned about buying something back immediately. Because they cannot let me have the time warp here. That's guaranteed. If they do, it's just lights out. Not Snow Island. Oh, I should have grabbed the Snow Island. You're right. Ping Wrenn with your Wrenn. I'm not worried about them ulting their Wrenn. They literally only have Fatal Push in their graveyard, and if they have, I don't know, Thoughtseize and a couple lands in hand, I think we'll be okay because we have Veiled Summer. So I think we're okay on that axis. Let's get Time Warp. Abrupt Decay. Does the Lily alt target? It does. Yeah. We're not actually worried about the Liliana alt. We just want to be conscious of its existence. I guess we get Cryptic, and I guess we get this Veiled Blowout is going to be sweet. I hope so. I hope they play a blue or black spell beforehand. I need one more choice. I guess because we're going to play Veil, we could just get a Mana Leak here. Or an Uro. We can Mystic the Decay to top, then Growth to draw it, and Decay the Wrenn. Do I have the colors to play both? I have black, green. I have another green, which can make this black, and then the Prismatic Vista can make it. Or no, the Scalding Tarn will get another blue. I don't think we can do that in a single turn. I think we need one more colored mana that we can't squeeze in. Aether Gust works though, or Aether Gust puts us closer. Does the growth not fix the colors right? It doesn't, because we need a green, and we spend a green to get it. The problem is we have a blue in play, and this can't become a different color, and we have to fetch something that is mandatory blue on the line that you're talking about. We have to fetch a Mystic Sanctuary, which has to be blue. It's also entirely possible that they just screw this up right now and we just win on the spot. But I don't like to think about things like that. So if they put the Time Warp in my hand, we just win. I'm like 99% sure. So they can't put Time Warp in my hand. Okay. Well. So we pick up... Yeah, so we'll play the Vista first. We'll fetch Snow-Covered Island, play Time Warp, pick up Scalding Tarn. Then next turn we play the Scalding Tarn, then we fetch for Mystic Sanctuary, play Abundant Growth, pick up the Time Warp. And then by that point, Wrenn and Six will ult, if that is what we want to do with it, which is not necessarily true. So I wonder if they have an out to this. If so, they should have played it by now. I feel like it would have worked. Maybe my mind is too fried from work. I mean, if you can show me how that would work, friend, I would be happy to listen to you, but I don't think that it does. Again, so we had Island, Snow-Covered Forest, Zagoth Triome, and Ketria Triome in play, and we had one land drop for a turn, which was going to be a fetch land, and that fetch land had to fetch a Mystic Sanctuary. So we had to use green-black to play the Abrupt Decay. Then we had to fetch specifically we had to fetch the Mystic Sanctuary to put it on top. We use our one green mana to turn one of our two blue sources, which is Island plus Sank the Decay, tap Forest, Growth the Island, use Decay off Triome and Island. You can't Decay off Triome and have a second Triome for green. Maybe. No, I don't. The total line requires green, 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 black, black. There's no way we could do that on 5 lands the way it was. We couldn't make both the island and the Mystic Sanctuary tap a color that wasn't blue. All right, so Time Warp. Why double black? Because we're playing Abrupt Decay twice. Unless you're saying do it over 2 turns. But then that doesn't really help. All right, so they let the Time Warp resolve, and I guess they don't understand how dead they are, or they have a Lightning Bolt in their hand that they're planning to play, and they still haven't done it. Okay, so we play this. We got Mystic Sanctuary. I mean, I could have just ulted my Wrenn and Six first, but because they haven't done anything about it, I guess I'm going to just get greedy. We'll put Time Warp on top. I say greedy. Like, the worst thing that happens here is I'm still grotesquely ahead. Draw Time Warp. Let's do the Time Warp. I don't know, again. That seems excessive at this point. I was saying only do it once. Oh, okay. But do it once and then reset it for the next turn is like... Then they have a Wrenn and Six emblem if they want it. Agreement equals the participation award for discussions. I'm not sure I understand. Did I screw up somewhere along here? I feel like I should have had a... Oh, no, because now we just ult the Wrenn and Six. Yeah, okay, good. And then we'll discard Lonely Sandbar to play Time Warp. Hey now, know what you say now. All right, let's get a Mystic Sanctuary, put Aether Gust on top. No, Abrupt Decay on top. I'm going to take away everything that they love. Then we will play Time Warp targeting me. Cool. Discarding Sandbar. Play Abrupt Decay, kill the Liliana. Pick up Scalding Tarn. Play field. Get a zombie. I don't... I want to believe that my opponent has some kind of dream of an out here, but it's just upsetting that they're not conceding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like they're going to play some kind of, like, getcha card at some point that's just totally not going to get me. You can kill them with Wrenn and Six -1. That seems cruel and unusual. Like, they're just already in such pain here that I just want to put them out of their misery. First, I had to take away everything they loved, and then we kill them. Let's attack them with this zombie. I'm really hoping what they do is animate this Raging Ravine to be like one last moment of resistance. Their out is timing you out, probably. Yeah, but they're not even going to be close. I'm going to have so many zombies, we're going to kill them. Please tell me they're animating their Raging Ravine for one last moment of resistance. Oh, just... You can tell the exact moment that their spirit breaks in half here. Right... there? Really? Okay. We are playing against a madman. Or woman. Or robot. Or they. Which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I will play this match out. I'm just saying, like, geez, like, glutton for punishment. Like, at this point, am I obligated to take as long as possible to kill them? Like, should I let my clock go down to, like, 10 seconds total and just end them when there's, like, no hope? Because I can basically take... Did I not just time warp myself? Apparently I didn't. All right. Somehow it went to their turn. Then somehow it went to their turn again. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm very confused. Did I... target my opponent with Time Warp? Apparently I did. You Time Warp them. Hilarious. I still think I'm going to win. Don't know how I did that. It's okay, we're going to win anyway. Yeah, sure. Take another Wrenn and Six. Oops, Time Warp my opponent. Still can't lose. Oh, they got the Raging Ravine back. You found your best BM line. Apparently I did. Apparently I did. Yeah. I would full disclosure about, anyway, I'm not going to, but that was not intentional. Just so you all know. Anyone who's been around enough knows that that ain't me. Yeah, that was 100% not intentional. I will gifts them on purpose, because I have to target them. Let's get Wrenn and Six, Uro, Drown the Loch, and I don't know, Abrupt Decay. I wonder how quickly it's actually absorbing this. Moto, are you listening to me? Okay. Oh, you can search for less than 4. Wow, I definitely clicked 4 times. You can hear it on the mic. Not that it matters. I've already time warped myself. I don't know, let's just top deck a land. There we go. All right, so we can pick up a fetch land. Up to 4. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I've seen the, not Solar Flare. I don't remember what those decks are called in their more modern form, but the blue-white Gifts deck, especially on Moto, yeah, Gifts Rights, but the blue-white Gifts Unburial Rights deck will occasionally do that, and it's literally just to save time on Moto. It's literally so they don't have to pick 4 cards and faff around with their opponent being like, what do I pick? I don't know how to win. And it's like, dude, you can't win. Doesn't matter. Solar Flare. I want to call it Solar Flare. I feel like Solar Flare is not correct for that deck, but maybe it is. There we go. Yay! They conceded. Factor Fiction for this deck. So I'm assuming we're playing Gifts instead of Factor Fiction, and I'm happier to play Gifts instead of Factor Fiction. Factor Fiction has the upside of occasionally giving you 1 extra card, but Gifts means that you can play a bunch of one-ofs. And I think a toolbox has a lot of applications. Besides the fact that if we put a Life from the Loam in the deck, that means that in any game where value matters, we always gifts for, well, I don't think we need more than 4 Factor Fictions, or more than 4 gifts. But in any value-driven game, if we put Loam in this deck, it means 2 out of the 4 cards would be Uro and Loam. I will be back in 2 seconds, and we will continue onwards. right, let's rock and rumble. Yeah, on the flip side, Roy, I think the 60-card versions of Uro piles frequently do play Fact or Fiction, because as soon as you flip an Uro, it's completely busted in half, and you can play a Life from the Loam and more. You can have a higher likelihood of picking up your one of Life from the Loam naturally before your game ends. But we're not here to get some value. We're not here to outvalue some opponents. We're here to outvalue every opponent. Anyone who's actually trying to win the game, we will probably lose to, but that's okay. We're on the draw. We don't have Force of Negation, but guess what? It's modern, and we're going to be okay. Or not. Either way, I am not going to be upset. We're going to play our worst fetch land first, and that is going to get us a Zagoth Triome. Most likely. Maybe a Ketria Triome and a breeding pool. We'll see what's up. Temple Garden. Okay, so this reads Bant. Yep. Bant control. Okay, we should have the edge here. We'll see. All I can really say is we like to party. We like to party. Ice-Fang Coatl? In this economy? Wow. Crime match. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't love having Raven's Crime or any targeted black discard against someone who's likely to play Veil of Summer, but probably will. We're going to take this because the chance of them just resolving a Teferi here is not the best, and we don't have an out for it right now, so if they attempt to play a Teferi, I just get to mana leak it and be like, haha, but at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within this match. Yes. What can I share? No. Oh, if we have a Stomping Ground, I'll get that. I don't think we do. Steam Vents? We do have a Steam Vents, so if I get Steam Vents and I draw a Wrenn and Six, I can play it. This also gives me access to red mana, so we're getting Steam Vents. I guess I'm spoiled, since if they Veil my Crime, I just hit them with 5 more of them the next turn. Well, I mean, admittedly, that might be what we're doing in the future, Solsuras. So if you keep poking at me, maybe you will be able to see that happening live. And we've already mentioned the fact that I would love to play Life from the Loam, because Life from the Loam gives you more value. And I love value. I love it. All I want to do is draw more cards than my opponent by the end of the game and be able to say that I had more card advantage. And I really don't care what happens other than that. They could literally just be like, oh, if that's historical, I win. And I'll be like, yeah, but I drew more cards than you. I mean, what are you even doing? Come on, get out of here. Jace, the Mind Sculptor, I think not. At least temporarily. Remand. Worm Harvest is win more. Send a tweet. I don't think anyone's going to send you a tweet on Worm Harvest being win more. Everyone knows it's win more. Okay. So Jace is coming down. Yeah, call the Skybreaker. Now we're talking win more. All right, so they're going to get a Jace. And our rebuttal is going to be... Yeah, this is not great. I suppose one turn of Jace is not going to be the end of the world. So what we're going to do is shock this Watery Grave so that I have 4 mana. Pass the turn. And hopefully they just jam this Jace. Although, sort of Feast and Famine. Oh, that's great. Please attempt to equip that right now. Oh, please. Oh, don't be this good to me, opponent. I can't take it. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that was just not safe for TV. Sorry, everyone. That was not appropriate. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Okay. Let's draw a card. Okay. Gross. Listen, it's not my fault. They did it. They did it, not me. So then next turn we're going to be able to... So on their end step we can Gifts, then we can Mystic Sanctuary, and then cycle Lonely Sandbar. Well, that just sounds gross. We need Merfolk Skydiver to rub it in. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. If we 5-0 with 80 card Urian, we're gonna play 80 card Gifts Urian with Merfolk Skydiver. So as soon as we 5-0... Dude, why are you worried about that? Fatal push? Nothing better than a fatal push. We need a River Hoople. We need Mott the Hoople is what we need. Windswept Heath, sure. Okay, so... I guess I just play Gifts here, and then maybe they have Force of Negation, and then that's fine. Let's see if they do. Or Mana Leak, or Remand. Nope. Literally nothing. Love it. Love it. All right. Abrupt Decay seems excellent. Uro, also excellent. Probably a Field of the Dead. And probably... Time Warp or Hour of Promise. If they didn't counter this, I can grab Time Warp here, and I'm not grabbing Wrenn and Six. Shit. So probably instead of Field, I should get Wrenn and Six and Time Warp, and then they have to put Wrenn and Six in my graveyard. And hold on, let's look at the stack we've constructed because I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Maybe we should pop the Abrupt Decay out for Field, because then basically no matter what, they're in big trouble. Because they don't have a Field of Ruin. So but I kind of need this Abrupt Decay right now, don't I? Well, not really. Not really. No. No, I definitely want to have the Abrupt Decay around. All right. So I am making a tough choice, which is going to give them a tough choice. Your move, opponent. That's all I got. Ding, ding, beam, 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 beam. Also, we're gonna, we could Mystic Sanctuary and cycle Lonely Sandbar on my turn. Or, sorry, on this end step. Depending on what they put in the graveyard, we might do it during the upkeep so that I can remove the Skyclave Apparition and get the Illusion token. Because I really don't want to get hit with that sort of Feast and Famine. So we'll see. Apparently, I've made a smart enough choice here that they are slightly paralyzed. Not surprising. So they put Abrupt Decay and Wrenn and Six into my graveyard. Okay. Do I want that Abrupt Decay? Yeah, I do. So in theory, we could safely... Shit. So I was supposed to cycle there. We could have safely assumed I would be able to resolve Time Warp. Which I did not, yeah. Anyway. I think I'm just passing the turn here. There's like 0% chance that they... Am I supposed to play the Uro? Maybe I meant to play the Uro. No. We know they have Jace in their hand, which I have no way to deal with right now. Okay, they've got an Ice-Fang Coatl, which is not, you know, particularly relevant. Because we've got Abrupt Decay for their sword, then we Fatal Push. Hold on, no, we can't push with the Revolt yet. Ooh, that's gross. I guess I saved my Abrupt Decay for that. So I don't want to Field of Ruin right now because that means they'll be able to play their Jace. So shit. We're gonna kill the sword, and then I think we're also gonna kill the Skyclave Apparition. Because we can go well, no, I don't want to field them. No, I guess we're just killing the sword then. Kill the sword, and we'll play Ice-Fang. Shit. I clicked, yeah. For some reason, I thought that there was going to be a click back and forth on the Abrupt Decay. Don't ask me why. It's fine. They bounced their Ice-Fang Coatl before attacking. Okay. That's... that's a choice. Well, I will give them 1 free mana now so I can get another colored source. Nope. They also F6'd and made bad choices with their life, which is fine because I did that earlier. So I guess one good turn or bad turn deserves another. We will get a forest. This adds to my non-existent land count. Solidarity. We grabbed a non-snow forest because we already had the snow forest. So, okay, first thing, we'll Abundant Growth. Assuming this is resolving, because... Oh, there we go. Alright, have they drawn a counter spell in the last couple of cards? Answer is no. Alright. So put Time Warp back on top. All right. I have 1 more Mystic Sanctuary left in my deck. Good to be aware of. Are you ready for the purge that begins at 12:01 in Toronto? No? I hope Broy is. But from what I know of the man, he probably isn't. Okay, Uro. What is this? Plays Ice-Fang? Spell Queller. Shit. Well, that was unexpected. That explains why they... Okay. So, I have not had anything leave the battlefield yet. So I guess we'll just play this Ice-Fang. Okay. Roy is definitely an animal, and you should want him on your purge team. I am a useless wussy, and will contribute only to your death. Damn it! They know which of their clearly flying creatures doesn't have fly. Oh, nope, nope. So, fun fact, Roy, Skyclave Apparition, clearly flying, does not have flying. Okay, so somehow we top deck yet another Mystic Sanctuary, which I'm okay with. We'll put Time Warp on top. Yeah. I can bounce to Fairy, or... How can I get something in mind to leave the battlefield next turn? Because I need to get rid of this Teferi. Blood-based cocktails. If I get rid of the Teferi, I can get my Uro back out. And if I get my Uro back out, that is relevant for reasons? Cryptic. Well, so... Okay, so in theory, they're going to play like Ice-Fang Coatl here to block my Coatl, and then I bounce there to Teferi with my Cryptic, and then I get my Uro back hopefully next turn. Let's see what happens. They're going to play Ice-Fang here, right? Sure. Well, so, okay, so what's going on here is I want to get their Teferi off the battlefield, so if I kill their Spell Queller, I get my Uro back. But I think I have to Cryptic bounce their Teferi right now. I guess I could bounce a Mystic Sanctuary. I draw the Time Warp, and then next turn I have extra time to do things. No, bouncing the Teferi probably is best. Well, shoot. Right, Time Warp myself. Put Urian in my hand. Play Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. Okay, but this... Okay, good. So we'll get our Uro back anyway. So play Uro. Draw a card, gain some life. Play the Swamp. This dies. Fatal Push. Play an Uro, gain some life. Hey. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's play Uro and top deck any kind of land, I guess. Need another green. This thing. Oh no, I want that thing. This thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. Sure, seems fine. Let's keep that one. Let's keep that one too, because those are we're in the early game. Gotta be specific with your request. Yeah. Untap land. Nope. I will take it though. I mean, we got to 14 over that turn, right? And we drew like 4 cards. So yes, they can Brainstorm. Yes, they can play Teferi and bounce my Uro. And yes, we are most likely going to clock out before we can win this game. But damn it, we're in it. We're in it to win it and no holding back. I feel like if we had hit a Field of the Dead at any point here, it would have been horrifically savage. Bounce my Uro. Do it, coward! You don't understand the close grip that closes around your throat. Alright, what do you got? Winning is a sign of weakness. Good thing I left land in my deck. Also, good thing I left an Uro in my graveyard. Losing is the true sign of strength. Okay, so I've got all my Mystic Sanctuaries in play, so that's a problem. And yeah, if they have a Cryptic Command or something for this Urion, we are just dead. DED. On the plus side, if I do resolve my Urion, I'm definitely going to draw an extra card. Okay, so this literally has nothing it can get, which is good to know. Okay, my opponent is basically playing 0 counters. This is good to know. There we go. All right, then. All right, then, there now. I don't know, we might be able to overwhelm them with the fact that we are actually playing win conditions. Oh no, here comes the Cryptic, finally. Something? Spell Queller? No, you can't Queller this. Do I flicker the Uro here? I'm pretty sure I do. Because, like, having Uro's body in play is just so irrelevant at this point that, like, drawing a mystery card is more valuable than having the Uro. So they could always just chump block it. Alright, so we want to go Uro, sacrifice, Uro, draw, and then the other 2 draws happen before the Uro draw, because the Uro draw will let me put a land into play, and that land will generate me zombies. So it's sure. Didn't even care about the Uro, but sure. Well, that's a Field of the Dead I'm going to put into play, so, you know, not bad. Hey, look, I got a field. Yeah, I'm really playing the field. All right. Get him. Get him, boys. What do you got? Oh, no. My opponent has another Ice-Fang Coatl. I think we might actually win this just purely on the back of Field of the Dead. It goes so far over the top of every other control deck. It's just there's just no way that they can win. We already got rid of their Sword of Feast and Famine, so I'm just like not afraid of anything anymore. Okay, the Mystic Sanctuary. What do they get? Path to Exile. Sick. Sick. I'm gonna path my Urion. Okay. That's a big boy. So, oh, please tap out more. Oh my god, they're so screwed now. So I'm going to tap their team and bounce my Mystic Sanctuary, play the Mystic Sanctuary, get back Time Warp, play Ice-Fang Coatl to draw a card, pick up the Time Warp, and then just beat them to death. The only card that could beat me... I don't think it's relevant anymore. The only card that could have beat me is Spell Queller. I wonder if there's a way to sequence such that we beat the Spell Queller. There isn't. Because we need to go... Okay, so tap all creatures our opponents control and return target permanent to its owner's hand. So we'll do that. Blue, blue. So assuming this resolves, they're just dead, period. Oh shit, I played another land. Played the Scalding Tarn because I'm bad. Yay, magic! Alright, but... Am I going to split my attacks then? I guess I am. You attack Jace. You attack Teferi. You attack Big Teferi. That's lethal. Was it? Oh shit, it was. Well, if they have a single blocker. Yeah, if they have a single blocker though. So here's the thing. If they don't have a single blocker, I'm going to wipe out their planeswalkers. Yeah. They have a single blocker, so I wouldn't have been able to kill them. So instead, they get to choose which one planeswalker they keep, which I assume is Big Teferi. Since they weren't able to counter my Cryptic Command, and I think they're playing 0 counters in the main deck, I'm pretty sure next turn I'm going to be able to play Mystic Sanctuary, put Time Warp on top, draw the Time Warp, and win. Ooh, okay. Ooh, look at you. Mr. Fancy Pants over there, drawing extra cards that save shit. Okay, so they get to save 2 planeswalkers now. But I did totally fuck this up. I should have been able to win despite my crapulence. Roy, why are you not being my Smithers? Alright. So Jace is gone, though, at least. Search for tomorrow doesn't get anything, so that sucks. Let's just play this Ice-Fang, see if we pick up anything relevant. Nope. Shite. I still think we end up winning due to just overwhelming zombie death, but I have fucked this up enough times we might lose. I'm not interested in kissing ass. You're supposed to snatch me back from the brink of insanity, though. Plus, I just apply. Okay, fair enough. On the lip balm. Oh, they're gonna get so many clues. Throwing the Ice-Fang in means we can't Mystic Sank Cryptic, then instant redraw it. Aha. Okay. Yeah. But they still had a Teferi in play, right? At the time. Now they're going to have a new Teferi because how could they not have another one? Oh, no, it's Uro. Ah, I see my opponent is also playing Uro. They're not playing Field, so maybe we still get to go over the top of them, but yikes. Yeah. No, I almost definitely should not have thrown in the Ice-Fang there at the end of the turn. That was definitely wasteful and shows my time away from playing these kind of matchups. What in the hell? Oh, this is the Uro escape. Good. At least they're burning time on something. Yeah. Okay. It's actually almost entirely irrelevant. There's nothing on my board. Yeah, please keep exiling my Ice-Fang Coatls with Skyclave Apparitions. Okay, so what we're hoping for here is that I draw something that draws me a card or another Cryptic. I think that would mean I win on the spot. Really hoping this Scalding Tarn has a non-basic to fetch. It do. It has 2, actually. I feel like I maybe should have left the Ketria Triome in my deck at this point because if I draw it, cycling it is actually somewhat useful. Okay. Fatal Push. Okay. Not what I was looking for. I don't have an Uro. So... and I can't sacrifice anything off the bat. So... I think what we do is we just go... attack first. We are going to assume that the only counter magic they have in their main deck is Spell Quellers. And based on that assumption, if I put Time Warp on top of my deck, as long as they don't have lethal on board at the end of this turn, I believe I'm guaranteed to win. And using those conclusions as a basis for my next decisions... Good night, good luck. Thanks, buddy. Using that as a basis for my next decisions, okay, so I leave her on play or I don't. Either way, they get to draw a card. I think I'm going to kill the Uro. Just because it ends up tapping more of their mana in a mandatory way than killing the Tireless Tracker. And then assuming that the only counter magic in their deck is Spell Queller, putting this Time Warp on top of my deck guarantees victory. Well, let's find out. So I'm going to F6 through their turn because I have literally no interaction other than maybe blocking. And on my next turn, I should just go all-in attack, followed by Time Warp, followed by all-in attack. And that should end this game. They are brainstorming. OP could Fate Seal you. Oh, they could have done. They didn't, but they could have. Interesting. Guess they weren't willing to gamble. They used Teferi Time Raveler to kill a zombie. I was clenching. Well, currently the most value in the conclusion that I made wasn't anything that was in any way relevant. The biggest, most important thing about the conclusion that I made is it gave me a quick decision to make because we're actually clocking them right now. Because they're right now they are futilely spinning their wheels, and we're gaining on them, and we're gonna finally be even on clock for the first time since like 10 minutes ago. So. Drawing cards with that Tireless Tracker is not going to save you, opponent. You don't have an out for my Time Warp, I assume, other than the fact that you could have Fate Sealed me, which you didn't do. So now that it's too late, I think you're just dead. And now they can't escape their Uro, which was worth 3 life and a blocker. So effectively 5 life. What I'm saying, Roy, is you have to look at it from the perspective of someone who is not that smart and currently not that quick at the game and just generally out of practice in these kind of complex logical situations. I made a decision that optimized several axes for me. And I'm taking this 10, right? I just don't care. They're playing Bant. I'm taking this 10. I don't care. I'm just going to kill you, opponent. Sonic Blast. Don't tell me they have like a 1 of Cryptic Command here. Actually, even if they did, it wouldn't be good enough. Go into combat. Did I do it? Did I win? I think I might have winned. Yay! Magic! Well, that was a good game one. All right, so Raven's Crime's coming in. Dispel, probably not. Abrupt Decay, on the other hand. Oh, we definitely drew more cards than them. We started with 80 cards, and I'm pretty sure they had less cards left in their deck by the end of it. They had only 12 cards left. I'm pretty sure we drew more than them despite that fact. Force of Negation out. In. Dead of Winter out. Fatal Pushes all out. Maybe not all out. Let's go out 2 Fatal Push and 2 Lightning Bolt. That's what I'm going to start with. I want Veil of Summer. I don't know how good it is. Definitely Deprive. Keep 1 or 2 push because we have Gifts. That's fair. And maybe a Lightning Bolt, just because it's good at messing with Planeswalkers. I feel like Search for Tomorrow is less than great because they have Teferi and I just don't want dead cards in my deck. How good is Gust? I don't think it's good at all. Gargaroth, they're a path deck though. I mean, I guess it adds to the number of path-worthy threats. The biggest concern for them is going to be, can they deal with Field of the Dead post-board? Their main deck did not show that they were particularly well able to deal with Field of the Dead, so I don't imagine that their post-board setup. I'm guessing Dispel is too narrow. They appear... Yeah, no, I agree. Dispel is not good. Especially because like they have things like Spell Queller that is flash, but not an instant. Not sure about how we board for their board. The thing that I'm the only thing I'm truly concerned about out of their sideboard is their ability to deal with Field of the Dead. So, and I don't think it's that high. I feel like what their deck is supposed to beat up on is like the chunky mid-range decks, like Jund and things like that. Although maybe not even Jund. But okay, we're gonna keep this somewhat speculative hand. Although it's got turn 1 suspend Search for Tomorrow into Wrenn and Six, so that's kind of sick. And you know, I can get up, get down with the sickness. Also, we've got Force of Negation if they have a Teferi. So actually, this is a pretty banger. We'll go Breeding Pool Steam Vents. Yeah. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Hand is gas. Yeah, I think so. They might have more conventional counter magic post board. They might. Are you saying I'm disincentivized from jamming my Wrenn and Six here? Because I guess if they play Teferi, I get to go Ice-Fang plus Force and then play the Wrenn and Six anyway. All right, that's fair. We have an Ice-Fang to play no matter what, so I don't feel terrible about passing the turn here. I'm assuming what's going to happen is they're going to go double fetch Ice-Fang here, and we're going to feel kind of shitty about our lives. But then again, if they immediately Teferi, then we're going to be fine. because we'll just play our Ice-Fang on the end of their turn. Here comes the snake. Shark Typhoon X equals 0. That sucks, opponent. I'm so sorry on your behalf. That's damn, dude. It's a shame. That's what that is. It's a shame. Ice-Fang. Ice-Fang Coatl. Oh shit! Opponent came to play. All right, we're getting an island here. Am I getting an island here? I don't think that I am. Probably a forest. Wow. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'll now play the card you can never beat. And I guess we're done here. Here comes Teferi. Ooh. Okay, fair enough. I think I'm pitching Uro here because resolving a Gifts this turn sounds way better. So we'll just wait until their end of turn, play Gifts, and at minimum, Wrenn and Six is just going to sit here ticking away, gaining value. I love this card so much. This card says +1, draw a card, and it's a 2 CMC Planeswalker. Busted in half. This card is busted in half. This card, if this could gain you life in any form or fashion, it would be better than Uro. It actually can. Terrifying. Jesus. Just the... Okay, do we Mystic Sanctuary here and then respond to it by playing Gifts Ungiven? I feel like that's not insane at all. I'm not going to do that, but I feel like it's not insane at all. Let's just grab an island. Snow covered. Choose you. Why would you want to do that? I just feel like I want a Force of Negation right now. All right, Queller me. Sure. That'll work. All right. Pick that up. Play this. Get Mystic Sanctuary. Put Force Negation on top. Yes. Arrow. Okay. Misty. Okay. All right. Passenger. All right, then. Let's go get the Triome. Oof. Gosh. That's just all kinds of unacceptable. I was supposed to do that in reverse order. Maybe I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Fetch. I'm not going to Mystic Sanctuary here because I'm actually just going to play Uro this turn. Go green, blue, and yes, I'm mildly conscious of my clock. Uro. There's probably a path here, but I don't really care. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Let's put that there. Do this thing. Holy shit. Anyone out there like value? I like value. Value's pretty hot. They didn't end of turn path me, which means they don't have one. Because there's just there's no way that they wouldn't have pathed there if they had it. Which is that's just so brutal. Oh no. Oh, opponent. Value is my side blank. You can say ho on this channel, unless you personally don't want to say the word ho, which I understand. There's plenty of words in this language that I do not I don't want to that's just not okay, but whatever. I guess I'm going to Gifts Ungiven for field here, so... Wow! What a sequence! That was unreal. I don't think it could have been more perfect for them. They exactly killed my Wrenn and Six there. Yikes. All right. 1, 2, 3. So if I get Dead of Winter, I think they're obligated to not give it to me. I think I've worded that though. As well as, all right, so we'll get field. I have a Wrenn and Six in my hand, so we don't need to worry about that. We do need to worry about the Teferi, so we'll get that. We'll get Lightning Bolt. There we go. And then field, Abrupt Decay, Lightning Bolt, and Time Warp. Hierarch Strikes again, yeah. It's a good goddamn Magic card. No one's saying otherwise. So there's a very good chance what we're going to do here is go play Wrenn and Six, ping Teferi, bolt your Spell Queller, and possibly also play Abrupt Decay, which is just insanity. So we should be okay. Hey now, know what you say now. Unless 2 of the 3 cards in their hand are blue card and force. No, they're not. Okay, good. So kill that. Right. They put the bolt in the graveyard. That's okay. So green. Oh, sorry. Black. Green. Kill that. Cast a Gifts Ungiven. Are we gonna win? The only problem with winning at this point is gonna be clock, which I don't mind. Let's get. Jeez, I really wish this wouldn't select so god awful slowly. I definitely want Force of Negation here. And then, I don't know. Let's grab Raven's Crime at this point. Or another... No, let's grab another Wrenn and Six. The opponent's deck looks like what I used to play. Yes, it does. Also, hello, Brian Ching. Friend of the podcast. Friend of real life. Well, friend of the channel. Friend of real life. You're not a friend of the podcast in that I haven't really interacted with you as much as I should since we started the podcast. All right, so Time Warp's in my graveyard and Field of the Dead is in my hand. So this game is basically over. We'll see if they have any kind of relevant counter magic on the next turn. All right. So the field. Oh, Raven's Crime off the top. Gross. Gross. All right. Raven's Crime. They discard Mana Leak? Sick. I have an extra zombie in play. Children's Crime England, yeah. It does do. Doesn't it? Cryptic. Sure. Alright, shit. Okay. Are they gonna bounce my zombie and then try to beat me to death? Nope. No, they are not. Wow. All right. Apologies to chat. I'm going to try to play this quickly and efficiently and try to actually win this game. So we're going to get a Mystic Sanctuary, which is going to give me another zombie. We're going to use this field to do that. We're going to use this to get Time Warp. We're going to say yes. Goes on top. We're going to tap my opponent's entire team. Return target permanent and tap all creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce Mystic Sanctuary. They can't force a negate. Oh, they could. Okay. We can still win. Jesus. No, this is fine. I mean, it's not as fine as I'd want, but okay, so we'll go kill that. Green. Black. Wait, does it still work? Kind of. Put Cryptic on top. I think we still win. Shit, we're just gonna time out here, unfortunately. Possibly not. We'll see. Yeah, so the problem is going to be I have to cast Cryptic Command and then attack them. And I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze it in the time limit, but we'll try. Please tap the Waterlogged Grove. Nope. Damn it! I was literally 1 second away from winning the match. Oh well. Apologies for the noise to anyone who got spooked there. That was bullshit. I mean, I don't really mind, because if I was playing this like very cleanly and properly, it wouldn't have even been as close as it was. Can you see this? Can you not see the time limit? I apologize if oh shit, my my stuff got screwed up. There you go. I previously had that set up properly, but we ended up losing that match just there by just about the smallest margin possible. We had like 0.00001 seconds from winning that. So apologies to y'all. Hold on, because now everything else is a little bit screwed up. I guess we want that as big as possible, so we will just shrink. Oh shit, I locked them. Hold on. I locked things so they wouldn't get fucked up, but then Moto likes to be Moto. And when they patch it, sometimes things get screwed up. All right, I'm not going to bother fixing this now. I will tune it up in the future. That said, we get to start this off by looking like we're playing Titan, so that's kind of awesome. Ooh. Okay, well, we got Field of Ruin. So at minimum, we're going to diffuse their turn 3 Tron. If this is E-Tron, this is going to be a walk in the park. Oh, okay. Well, it's Green Tron, but they don't have turn 3 Tron. And we have a Field of Ruin to disrupt them with, so it's definitely not going to be turn 3 Tron. It might even not be turn 4 Tron. Okay. So we have enough untapped basics that the Sunken Hollow is good to... I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, yeah, no, it's whatever. I'm just like, I don't know what to say to that. Like, you got me. Okay, so they flipped another tower, so we're definitely not killing a tower with this Field of Ruin. Not playing Uro, I kind of wanted to. Yeah, shit, we should have. Don't know why I didn't. And because they picked up a second tower, they didn't even... Yeah. So there's no way that they're going to Tron this turn, so I think what we do is we play Ketria Triome, and we play Uro, and then we play Field of the Dead. The Scion would have been more of a problem for us. Oh, Karn, Scion of Urza? No. Karn the Great Creator. What Scion? The token? From the Warping Whale? Is that what you're... The 1-1? How in the Dickens would the 1-1 Scion... Like, what are they going to do? Like, rush out a turn 3 Karn? In what way is that... Yeah, so they play Karn the Great Creator. Okay. I'm not playing those other decks that I love that get completely shafted by this card. We don't get shafted by this card at all. This card is fine. We are gonna field their power plant, and then we're going to be able to Gifts Ungiven on this turn cycle. So we're it definitely feels like we're in the driver's seat on this one. Because, like, liquid metal coating is not going to do anything if they go wish for it now. This is fine. Double red, and we have double black. We can escape across a... Yeah, that doesn't happen too often in this deck, but you're right. Okay. Oh, shit! What are you... Okay. Whatever. I don't know what my opponent's up to, but I am okay with it. They are over there making choices. Didn't they draw before animating the star? I don't know. I have no idea, dude. That is 110% something they should have done. All right, so we are definitely getting Wrenn and Six. We're definitely getting Time Warp. We're definitely getting Cryptic, and we're definitely getting another Gifts, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's how we do this. Comment on the YouTube video in the future if you think I fucked up. I think this stack is pretty unbeatable. It's not that it's unbeatable, it's that it pushes them in the shittiest possible directions. Yeah, it looks good. It's not great. Could have a life from low. Okay, so that was my only Field of Ruin, unfortunately, which obviously I don't know that, but it was. So they are going to get to play some gigantic... no one gifts like yours, Zach. All right. So... because I don't have Zagoth Triome in play, I can't gifts in such a way where I get Assassin's Trophy plus. So... Nobody makes gift piles better than me. My gift piles, they're the biggest piles. They're the most gift. All right. If I Gifts Ungiven for Remand, Assassin's Trophy, Mana Leak. All right. Basically, what we're looking to do here is just fuck their next play. Force of Negation's fine. I can cast that. Drown in the Loch is actually pretty fire, because they have more than enough cards in their graveyard. For most things, for me to counter most things. Remand. And then... I want to say... Oh, Lonely Sandbar? No. I need a fetch land or... Assassin's Trophy? Yeah, I can play Trophy. So if they give me Assassin's Trophy, I break up their Tron, and then if they give me any of the counter magic, I just screw their next play. Don't they have a Crypt on... No, they already popped the Crypt. They popped the Crypt because they were giving me the Wrenn and Six. So after my gifts resolved, they immediately popped the Crypt, because they couldn't open themselves up to getting wrecked by my recursion of Field of Ruin, and they also didn't want me to, like... I guess they didn't want me to play a fetch land and then play Wrenn and Six, pick up the Field of Ruin, and then they shoot the Crypt, and then I wreck their play by what do I want to say? By picking up what they don't want me to pick up in response. All right, good. Okay, so no Tron. So the worst thing that can happen here is Wurmcoil Engine, which I basically don't care about. And then what we'd really, really like to pick up is any kind of blue fetch, which I think all the fetches in this deck are blue. I love playing Wrenn and Six Field of Ruin decks against Tron. I really do. Sure. They have 2 power plants in their graveyard already. We've seen no mines. So if we keep killing power plants, we might run them out, which is exciting. They're trying to figure out what to do with their Karn here. Okay. Ist a fucking ballista. Trinisphere. I mean, it's better than them getting the Tobago Sphere, but Jesus. Okay, so we go up to 8, down to 5, up to 6. And then we could play Ice-Fang plus Remand. I don't have any any lands in my graveyard, so I'm not really at all incentivized to play Wrenn and Six. So what we're gonna do is do this, then we're gonna attack. I'm gonna play Search for Tomorrow, and then we're gonna hold up Remand and Ice-Fang. And I feel like this is about as good as we can get here. Good old Tobago Sphere. Good old Tabasco Sphere. All right, so they hit their land. Kozilek? Or sorry, Ulamog, sorry. All right, so I can remand it. Let's play Ice-Fang first. I can't mana leak it. So if I pick up a mana leak, it doesn't help me. On the flip side, they're almost dead. So even if they exile another 2 of my permanents next turn, it's not going to matter. So, sure. So that sucks, admittedly. But I'm going to put lethal on board. So is that a good pickup? It's not, right? It's not. Because Ulamog is indestructible. Sorry, has indestructible. Old school talk coming through here. 2-turn clock regardless. No, they block a zombie next turn, right? And they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They won't die. Oh, I have Wrenn and Six to ping them. All right. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So we're going to play Wrenn and Six now. We're going to ping them. They can play Ulamog and exile multiple things. We're going to play Mystic Sanctuary. We're going to put Gifts Ungiven on top. And I think between everything that I have in play, I don't think they can exile any number of things that stop me from killing them. I don't think so. We'll see. Okay. Well, I guess they're not playing the Ulamog this turn, but like, ugh. Gross. So gross. Oh, and Blast Zone. Oh, Okay, opponent. There is no world in which it is correct for you not to blow that O-Stone up before my turn. It's not possible. If you let me ping you with this Wrenn and Six, it's a misplay. This 1 point of damage is like 100% like very possible that it matters. Just, I want you to know that. Give you every opportunity there. Okay, so do I need 5 mana after a Gifts Ungiven? Yes, because what we're going to do is we're going to main phase this Gifts, right? And all right, so I don't have any more Assassin's Trophies, and I don't have any more fields. But we do have Bolt. I mean, Bolt doesn't end the game, but it kind of maybe could. So Cryptic counters the Ulamog, and we could save a land. Bolt puts them in a crappy spot. I still have 0 lands in my graveyard, so I can play Hour of Promise right now and then kill them around the Ulamog by getting my second field. And then I guess Wrenn and Six does win damage. All right, we're gonna do it this way. I think this makes sense. I don't love Wrenn and Six being in this pile, but I think it's right to have it in there. Oh, there's supposed to be Time Warp in there, right? Unless I already lost it. All right. To their Tormod's Crypt. Did I just got a Mystic Sanctuary, right? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 islands in play, right? Okay. Needs to be Oh, because it's a mandatory tap. Got it. Well, I screwed up. They're cranking their Blast Zone? Yeah. Well, I have never played with Hour of Promise and Mystic Sanctuary before, and we're living and we're learning. On the plus side, we've put ourselves in such a spot where if we top deck a Lightning Bolt, we might be able to still win the... Ugh. They have 9 mana left right now. I don't know what they're doing with this, but okay. Wormcoil? Oh my god. Jesus. I mean, I guess. Sure. I guess we could top deck both bolts? Maybe? Oh, no, there's one in my graveyard already. Alright. So... Jesus. They still have the Ulamog in their hand, by the way. They're figuring out what to do with their Karn here. I got a hint, opponent. It's going to exile my Fatal Push. Bolt and Warp. Warp's gone. It's an exile. No, Time Warp was one of the first things I grabbed into the Bolt plus Wrenn and Six plus Wrenn and Six. Well, I don't have a Wrenn and Six in play anymore, but like there's some kind of combination of events that will get us there. I believe that. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I want to believe that they do exist. We could play 2 Wrenn and Sixes. Yeah. So, like, if we drew Wrenn and Six here and then Bolt the next turn, maybe? That's a zombie. Play this Wrenn and Six. Right, ping him. And then, like, if they... Yeah, okay, so they exiled my stuff. Probably going to exile my hand. Yeah. Then they're going to play their Ulamog. If we top deck the other bolt into Wrenn and Six, I think that will kill them, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's been grim since the beginning. Like, despite the fact that we had heavy disruption, like their slow hand actually worked out wonderfully well. They're probably exile red sources. Can they exile enough? Yeah, they can. Yeah, that means we're done. Yeah, we only had the one red source by the end of it. I think we had the Ketria Triome earlier, but anywho. So these are all bad. I feel like we're gonna bring in Aether Gust, Deprive, Force of Negation, yes. Dead of Winter out. Is that everything? I think that's it. Apart from Whale, what instance? Sometimes they play Dismember, but I don't really care about that card. I think I can board out this Abrupt Decay, actually. And maybe bring in Raven's Crime. Not that Raven's Crime is spectacular, but there's just like occasionally like 1-for-1 attritioning them has some value. No, we've already got Deprive for sure. Yeah, I think this is as good as it gets. The only thing I could imagine having is like Damnation, just so that we like had an out for like Wormcoils and Thragtusks. But if we can't beat Wormcoils and Thragtusks, then what are we doing with our lives? Although on the flip side, we lost that last game, so what are we doing with our lives anyway? Okay. So this basically has to get me green, which means that I'm playing this on turn 1 and then just hoping that Mana Leak into Cryptic is good enough this game. Okay. God damn it. Good draw. Good draw. They missed cracking their map. I don't know what that's about, but I'm okay with it. They might be saving, I guess. What are they gonna go get? Scavenger grounds? A forest? Sanctum, I guess. Oh, come on. Okay, good. I was like, they don't have the friggin' counter target spell draw. I was like, they have Ulamog again. Yeah. No, I mean, that is definitely a thing they can do. Or maybe even for marriage. Good one, Roy. Tron players don't marry. Actually, I probably should have just straight up cast that, huh? Oh well. Because then I would have enough mana for Remand, but I still have Force of Negation. Okay, well now they're cracking it to get nigh infinite mana. Sanctum. Well, shit. On the plus side, Remand should be really good against whatever nonsense they're attempting here. Yeah, it will be. They get Ulamog. Yikes. Okay. Well, oh god. I don't have anything that deals with Ulamog in this hand. Do I have to Ice-Fang for it? I think I do. Cryptic. Cryptic doesn't deal with Ulamog. Like, the fact that Ulamog is going to exile 2 of my lands. Like, it's too early, and I don't have enough resources to survive this, I don't think. Well, maybe I can. I guess they're not that well set up. Like, I just, like, eat it and Cryptic. Because I have Search coming off next turn. Like, I guess we're kind of okay. And we can put another Cryptic on top. Just barely survive. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just kind of demoralized. Counter bounce a target. Bouncing... Yeah. A Cryptic for the... No. I've got a Search coming off of Suspend here. So actually, yeah, Roy said it best. So what we're going to do is go... counter target spell, return target permanent. So we're going to counter the Ulamog, and we're going to bounce the Sunken Hollow, I guess, because we've got coming off Suspend, we've got no, because this is going to give me a basic. Which means Sunken Hollow is going to come into play untapped. We are missing red mana now. Thought you were bouncing something they wanted to target. Did I not? Am I an idiot? Holy crap, how bad am I at this game? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I didn't... For some reason my brain was just like, they're obviously gonna... No, I'm worried about it. I mean, yeah, we're still in this, but like, that's such a stupid fucking mistake to make, and like, now I have no green mana. Garbage. I played that like garbage. No, that was bad. My bad. No, it doesn't, none of the other things that happened there mattered. I played that like garbage, and we deserved to lose it, so. We lost an earlier one from timeout. We lost that first game in really brutal fashion. Like, so we lost the match against the Bant Stoneblade deck. Yeah, Bant Stoneblade. We lost against Bant Stoneblade due to the fact that I played like garbage in terms of clock conservation, and then we just lost to Tron because of a very brutal game 1. And Cleansing Wildfire, I remember that card was so sick from the new set. I don't know why we're not playing it, other than I assume that we don't need to, or that this deck doesn't think that Tron is a problem, which I could see. I could see this deck list saying, listen, Tron's not a problem. I can't imagine, generally speaking, we have a particularly bad Tron matchup. Like, we have Assassin's Trophies, we're able to... Like, you saw that game 1. Like, we almost beat Tron in game 1, which is, like, something that I don't know if a lot of control decks could say they do. I guess... So, I guess we could use more Field of Ruins, but here's the thing. Like, they Karned for Tormod's Crypt in game 1 on, like, turn 4. I just don't think that that's that likely. We do have 1 trophy in the 95, and we have 1 Field of Ruin in the 95, and, like... Obviously, in that game, it was not good enough, but I think by and large, it's like going to be fine. Again, I haven't played the matchup enough to look at it, but I think we're okay. Like, we also lost our Time Warp in that same Tormod's Crypt. Like, it was just like a whole fucking shit show of like, oh yeah, they're all playing Karn the Great Creator now, and this player was like, they had it on time and they got Tormod's Crypt with it, which seemed like it was very marginal, but it clearly wasn't. All right, well, I've got Force of Negation. It looks like we're against the bad black-red mid-range deck and not against black-red Scourge Shadow, so this could be good. Force of Negation really 80 a piece online? Yes. Yes, it is. It is that good, and it's from a premium price set. Skelemental? Well, shit. I didn't put a fetch land into play, so I got my 3 in paper for 80 altogether. Oh, no, I mean, but you have to remember that, like, online prices don't reflect the same, I want to say, values as paper prices. Like, online prices and paper prices are just different, period. So, like, any card being worth any amount of money online doesn't mean it's going to be worth anything in real life. Like, Black Lotus is basically worthless online, right? That doesn't mean it's worthless in paper. And even when I get a matchup where my opponent is, like, clearly heavily screwed, I manage to play it like crap. Hooray. Well, hopefully I shake the rust off by the end of this weekend, and this next week of streaming I play in a way that is more watchable. Sure. Okay, so snow-covered island. Get out. The Oops All Abundant Growth's hand. Okay, well, I guess we're just grabbing this Urian because worst case scenario, we pitch it to Force. I don't want to do that, but, like, yeah. Bolt my face. Oh, no. Good Lord. Another Unearth? Jesus. Yeah, I basically have to force this. God, this is so stupid. They're gonna have the second Skelemental in hand. Guarantee it. I know I'm not dead, but I'm going to 1. I can't fetch with this. I don't care. I goofed that game, and I deserve to lose it. Jesus. All right, so Veil, Abrupt Decay, maybe Aether Gust. I don't need Dispel. I probably don't want Force of Negation. Push is fine, Bolt is fine. And then Dead of Winter is probably not great. I think I want that. Trophy is probably unnecessary. Probably. I feel like I'm overboarding. I also don't even know how good Veil of Summer is here. So I feel like this is the kind of deck that's just like teched out and meted against Veil of Summer decks. So we're going to try it like this and see if I get horribly punished for it. This has been a league for getting horribly punished by everything, so no no assumption that it won't happen in this game as well. All right, the test of my metal, gross, is going to be whether or not I cycle this Lonely Sandbar at the end of my opponent's next turn. It's got to be Bob, right? What are you playing over there? Brutality. Yikes. Drain and discard. So they can only take push, Dead of Winter, or gifts. Well, yeah, I guess. I guess we're losing the push there. Yikes. All right, well. Yeah, I think this means that I have to cycle, because if I don't find some other kind of action, then I'm doing literally nothing. I want to keep my land in play, even though I could draw like a Triome here. Yeah. Okay, I have 3 Uros in my deck. Here they all are. No, it's Black-Red Skelemental. And we are likely in severe trouble here. Just got annihilated in game 1, and now game 2, the hand is just completely not coming together. Like, I severely misplayed game 1, so it's okay. I got to get back on the horse. Yep. So we're just gonna get an island here. No, I want to get something that is both blue and green. So we'll get Breeding Pool in case I pick up a Wrenn and Six. Not my favorite thing to have to take extra damage, but that's where we're at. We would like to pick up any untapped land. Any untapped land. All right. I guess we're not winning any matches this league. We won one, it was good. We timed out in another, that was fine. We lost to some pretty good luck out of Tron, and then this one has been just no contest. I mean, I guess I just ditched 2 Skelementals here. I just find it so unlikely that I'm going to be able to, or not 2 Skelementals, two Uros here. It's just so, Actually, no, an Uro and a Gifts. Because if I do finally pick up an untapped land here, I would like to play as many Uros as possible and gain some life. I was so ready to get Surgical there and lose both the Uros in my hand, by the way. It didn't happen, which was good, but like, thank God. Land? All right. I will take that, because this means I can escape an Uro next turn, assuming they both don't get Clung to Dust. They do have a Cling to Dust in their graveyard, which they can escape. But only once in terms of mana cost. Now they could have 2, sure. That doesn't matter. Take the gifts. Takes the Uro. Are you gonna wipe my whole yard? Black, black, black. Oh my God! And I can't cast gifts. Wow. Well, that couldn't have possibly gone worse. Yeah. Okay. So league done. So that was super, super, super unfortunate. This deck is way better than I just showed it off, but it is a return to playing IceBURG control, and we're definitely going to do it again this week. So thanks for hanging out. I would say this deck could definitely use a Life from the Loam somewhere in here. I think the main deck Abrupt Decay is some nonsense, because in most situations where you'd want to gifts for 4 cards, you could get Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy and 2 other cards. And that's not good enough, because they can put the Abrupt Decay and the Assassin's Trophy in your graveyard, and you don't have what you need and you die. Whereas Life from the Loam interacts with this deck favorably in a whole bunch of ways. So I feel like that's probably the cut I would make for that. Barring that card, maybe Remand, maybe a Remand, and then the other Remand could become Deprive in the main deck, and that would free up a slot in the sideboard. Basics tuned up. What? I think the basics in this deck are fine. The snow ones versus the non-snow ones. So we have one of each snow basic, and then we have forest, island, island. Like an extra snow over the non-snow. Yeah, I think this island, this extra island here, like there's 2. So we're playing Ice-Fang Coatl and Dead of Winter. So we have incentive to be playing Snowlands. I don't know why there are 2 islands and 1 snow-covered island. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So as an instantaneous change that just seems like pure upgrade, we're going to do that. Because what is it? Fraley's is freezing, whatever your card is, Roy, that you love to bring up, that there is a snow hosing card that is legal in Modern. Is it even legal in Modern? Anyway, there is a snow hosing card, but it's terrible, so who cares? Fraley's is Radiance. There you go. I love this deck. I really do. Despite the disappointing performance there, I think this is my go-to deck for the format for now, in terms of trying to be competitive. So we're definitely going to be back, and we're definitely going to play this more, but not tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out on the Mana Symbol channel. Despite the fact that we went 1-4, there were a bunch of great close games there. There's some brutal variants. There were some cool plays. This will definitely be going up to my YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out my other videos. And if you're live here, this is the end of the night. So have yourself a good one. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay warm. Winter's coming. And I will see you next time.